How many spare fire extinguishers should I have on board? A lot of third officers ask this question, but it's not always fully answered. So here's a step-by-step guide to help you out. There are two regulations to keep in mind when determining the amount of spare or spare charges on board, as shown here. The first rule requires spare charges. This includes extinguishing agents and cartridges. The second rule requires additional fire extinguishers as spares. Let's break these down further. Before we go to the calculations, we should first determine if the fire extinguisher is capable of being recharged on board or not. And the easiest way to figure this out is by checking what type of propellant the extinguisher uses. If it is stored pressure, then it is usually not refillable on board. Therefore, CO2 extinguishers and those with pressure gauges generally cannot be recharged as they require special equipment to reseal the stored pressure. So the second rule applies. On the other hand, extinguishers with cartridge as propellant can be recharged using normal tools available, therefore the first rule applies. Now that we know which extinguisher applies to which rule, let's proceed with the calculations. Take note that both rules have the same calculations. And here's some examples. Suppose your vessel has 40 foam fire extinguishers capable of being recharged. The rule states that the first 10 shall have 100% spare charges. This will be equal to 10. The remaining shall have 50% spare charges. Since the remaining is 30, 50% or half of that is equal to 15. So the total required spare charges for 40 fire extinguishers is not less than 25. What if you have 18 CO2 extinguishers? Applying the same method of calculations, you get 10 for the first 10 and 4 for the remaining. Since CO2 cannot be recharged on board and Rule 2 applies, you shall have 14 additional CO2 of the same capacity as spares. To make your job much easier, here's a table that shows number of extinguishers and their required spare or